Hi, my name is Denise Moss, and I live in Pearlington, Mississippi. And Katrina went through here August 29th, 2005. And in my home that I'm sitting in, water was 3 foot high on the second floor. Needless to say, everything had to be gutted and removed. But it was an interesting time. It took about 2 months to get our FEMA trailer. However, just for everybody to know, the military was here within 24 hours. They were dropping water and ice and food into fields. Okay. My son and husband came back. The water was still 10 foot deep at 603 and I-10. They had to wait for the water to go down in order to drive down the street. They followed the military in. They had to cut a pathway to get in. There were people here, though, who had not left. Some people spent time in trees and on roofs. My neighbor down the street stayed, and several of our neighbors did. We were very worried about them. When the water started coming up in the yard, he went and got his boat, which was outside, and started untying it. And by the time he got it ready to get in, it was waist deep, the water was, and it was over the roofs in 30 minutes. It was pretty scary for those who stayed. He went around picking up people off roofs and out of second floor windows. They had to swim and get one guy out who'd had a stroke. It's been an interesting few years. You know, we all started out with nothing. I mean, everybody went back to nothing, and we would pile all our stuff in the front yard, and then they'd come by and we'd pile some more stuff and pile some more stuff. Most of us, our refrigerators were across our cabinets. They had floated. All of our furniture had floated. My carpets were on top of my furniture because when the water got in here, it was still moving so fast that it was like a washing machine inside your house. Things were just churning and chopping and turning upside down. We found fish in the rafters and sawgrass, and the mud was about 1.5 foot deep, and it was toxic mud. We weren't allowed to come into our houses until we had had tetanus shots and hepatitis shots. And we were to wear boots, rubber gloves, and mask. And we were to wash any mud that got on our skin off immediately. So it was a big mess, and it took a lot to get it out. And they say our ground is still toxic. We have higher arsenic levels, like 100 times higher than pre-storm in our ground. So we don't feel safe growing vegetables in our dirt. You have to do everything by pots still. We have an 1,800-foot well in the subdivision, so our water's safe, and it was one of the first things they got back up was water here. But we've come a long way. We've done a lot. We've learned how to do a lot of things. We've helped a lot of different people do things. We have appreciated more than words will ever say the volunteers who came. The house would not be where it is today. There would not be walls up. There would not be ceilings up there. You know, everything that has happened has involved help from volunteers from all over the country. I originally was in the house next door, and my house had 5 trees on it, and they took the trees off. And the first volunteers that came and helped me scoop out mud and clean out all my clothes and shoes and furniture, because it all had to be thrown away. But one funny thing was, I always said I didn't mind getting rid of my stuff, but I hated to get rid of my grandmother's stuff. But actually, all my grandmother's stuff survived. You know, would have been a perfect opportunity to just start over, but we saved some. And my husband says, for people who had nothing but 3 sets of clothes, we've come a long way. Yeah. And we really have. We've had an awful lot of help, and we really do appreciate it, and it really has made a big difference in our lives. And really, I'm almost done, and I almost hate to be done, because that means that I won't get to keep meeting all these neat people, you know, and so I'll kind of miss
My name's Ken Short. I live here in Pearlington, Mississippi, Hancock County. Hancock County took the brunt of the Katrina devastation. Here we've got a population of about 2,000 to 2,500, and we're still rebuilding. Every home here was destroyed. Every person that I know lost almost everything they've ever worked for all their entire lives, and they're still struggling to put those lives back together. The volunteer effort here has been an ongoing thing and a wonderful thing and a blessed thing. Without the volunteers, we would not be where we are. There's many houses right now today going up in Pearlington, Mississippi for those who have fallen through the governmental bureaucracy cracks and haven't received funds that are supposedly available to them. Insurance companies did not pay off after this for whatever reasons they could claim. So a lot of people did not get what they had worked for in benefits. So they're still struggling. We need help. We need hands, and the people that are coming are lifting our burdens. And we're 3.5 years into this recovery, and the experts say it's going to be a 7 to 10 year recovery. And when you look around this area, you can see it. And I'd like for everybody to know we're grateful for the help coming. We're not looking for handouts. We just give us a hand up.